Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care. So if you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So today's video, we are going to talk about how to elevate your style. I do have 18 tips, so let's go ahead and get started. The first tip, so I'm going to call this, or I'm going to title this, when in doubt, belt it out. Belting an outfit can elevate it so much, and it's a very simple tweak, but it works, okay? And y'all already know what belt I'm getting ready to show you, one of my obsessions that I have bought. It is the Loewe Obi belt. It looks like this. This is what it looks like on the side, and then it looks like this in the back. And then those two holes that you see right there is where you can actually tie them. A leather strap comes with it. But belting something can elevate an outfit so much. And it doesn't have to be the Obi belt. That is an investment piece. She is $9.90. She comes in cognac. At the moment, she comes in jean. She comes in black. And then she also comes in, I believe I've seen it in navy. And then I know in the cognac, they have the regular one, and then they also have the one that kind of looks like Swiss cheese. Not my aesthetic, but it will still give some emphasis on your outfit. It will still elevate your outfit. It can be a skinny belt. It can be just a regular wide cinch belt. And even not necessarily talking about dresses, like belting dresses, even putting or adding a belt to a pair of high-waisted pants or to your jeans, whether your shirt is tucked in or half of it is tucked in, can still elevate your look. When you're trying to elevate your look, think of simple things. Think of things in your closet that you can add to your outfit. You don't necessarily have to go to the mall and buy something or start looking online to elevate your outfit. A lot of the times you will find pieces to elevate your outfits within your own wardrobe. The second tip is accessories, and I guess tip number one could either be with this one or could kind of just segue into this one. So aside from belts, you also have hats, you also have shoes, you also have bags, and you have jewelry. A pair of statement earrings can again elevate a very casual outfit. You also have brooches. I know right now a lot of people are really liking the Chanel brooches and the Dior brooches. Wearing something as simple as this top, or let's say something like a turtleneck, or let's say something just like a regular blouse, like a white collared shirt, and just simply adding like a brooch to it can again elevate your outfit. It's the small things. As far as jewelry is concerned, statement pieces or everyday jewelry can do just that. For instance, I have on this top. You guys also know that I love that cape top where it has like, it comes down here and then it gives you that sweetheart. With something like that, a very simple pair of earrings or just like a circle necklace can just elevate the outfit. It adds more dimension to your outfit, okay? As far as hats, you can do kind of like a fedora. I know what's really popular right now. I've seen them on High-Low Luxe. I've seen them on Pockets and Bows. I've seen Monroe Steele. She has one of them, or she has like a different rendition. The Rustlin Baginski hats. They come in all types of shapes. They come in all types of colors. They come in all types of materials. They have a straw one. They have a black one. They have a silk one. They have one that's like red and pink. So different things can add different looks to your outfit. The next tip, number 3, is going to be quality clothing. Now, let's break this down a little bit more. I have an entire video of how to actually find quality clothing. I will link that down below. But when I'm talking about quality, let me explain to you what I mean by that. Your closet is typically going to meet you where you are in your life, okay? So let's say, for instance, you're 18 and you're in college. You're not going to be shopping, and you could be, but I'm talking about your average person. You're 18, you're in college, or you could be 19. You're on your own, or maybe your parents are giving you some assistance. You're not going to be shopping at Saks Fifth. You're not going to be shopping at Bloomingdale's. You're not going to be shopping at Neiman Marcus. If you want to go for quality, moderately priced, I would seriously look at like Mango and Zara. Not necessarily Forever 21, not saying that you can't find quality pieces there, but I would look at like Mango. I would look at Zara. I would look at, if you can up it a little bit, I would maybe look at like a J. Crew or a Banana Republic. That might be outside of your realm. Let's say that same person has now graduated and they have a job. Now they may actually be able to shop at Banana Republic. They may be able to shop at J. Crew. Now let's say you're maybe like 30 or 35 and you are established in your career. And let's say you're a VP, or let's say you're very comfortable and you're loving where you are, you're thriving. Then you can start stepping up to the contemporary brands. Then you can start stepping up to some of like the occasional ready-to-wear pieces and a couple of luxury shoes and a couple of luxury bags. So when I mean quality, I don't mean go broke or try to go broke keeping up with the Joneses or trying to, spend all of your money on expensive clothing. When I say quality clothing, make sure that your budget is meeting you where you are. And just the all-around best tip that I can give you for quality clothing is just make sure that when you are sticking with natural fibers, cotton, wool, and silk. Number 4, which is very simple and is very clear-cut, but people still do it, wrinkles. Before you leave the house, iron your clothes. And I am the first person to tell you, I absolutely disdain ironing. A lot of the times if I'm looking at a piece, especially if I can physically see the piece, like I'm not shopping online, if I see that it wrinkles easily, I will leave it in the store. Why? Because I do not like ironing. Now, my mother, I would probably say a couple of years ago, she did buy me a steamer, so I have gotten a little bit better. But stop leaving the house without ironing your clothes, okay? I've said it before, there's nothing worse than seeing a gorgeous woman or a handsome man walking down the street in a very nice outfit, but then you notice that it's wrinkled and it's not supposed to be. Now, if you are wearing linen, 9 times out of 10, when you leave the house, it's not going to be wrinkled. But after you've been sitting down, getting up, talking to people, moving about, linen is going to wrinkle. I'm talking about like everyday clothing or clothing that is supposed to be ironed. Iron your clothing, okay? Number 5, which I know you have heard this one before, is going to be monochrome. A monochrome doesn't have to be your neutrals. You don't have to do an all-white monochrome look, although for summer, that is one of my favorite looks. And then in the winter or the cooler months, I will go for more of like a cream. It doesn't have to be an all-black look. I know a lot of people like to associate all black with Morticia. It doesn't even have to be your grays. It doesn't even have to be your pale pinks. It doesn't have to be your beiges. Here's a tip. If you're comfortable doing this when it comes to monochrome, the first thing is to add texture to the entire monochrome look, okay? So let's say, for instance, you have like a pair of gray pants and they're just like a solid color. If you're going to do a gray top, because we're talking about monochrome, add some texture to the gray top. That way it's broken up. Also, if you are going to do a monochrome look, the monochrome doesn't have to be the same hue of that color. So for instance, let's say you're going to do light gray on the bottom. You might do dark gray on top. The other thing I want you to try, unless your favorite color is like bright pink or neon green, unless you're comfortable doing that, actually try a monochrome look in your favorite color or in a color that you wouldn't think of. Monochrome doesn't mean neutrals. And a lot of times, a lot of people find beige or tan monochrome looks very boring. I don't. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But if you want to try for a monochrome look and you don't really have beige or a neutral in your closet, or if you love color, try one of your favorite colors in a monochrome look and then do the exact same thing that I said with the gray. You can actually break up the hue. It doesn't all have to be neon green. It doesn't all have to be neon orange. It can be like a burnt orange on the bottom and then maybe like a neon green or like a subtle green on top. Number 6, and I have a video all about this as well, and I will link it down below. This is probably the 3rd time that I have mentioned this within the last month. Tailoring and fit. I've said it before, I will say it again, and I will say it 100 times more. And as a matter of fact, I just left my tailor yesterday, okay? I filmed a video on Friday. Today is Saturday. So I just left. My items will be ready next Thursday, and my mother will pick them up for me. And the next time I see her, I will pick those items up. Tailoring is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself and that you can do for your closet. Like I said, I will link that video down below, but I just want you to know that as far as tailoring is concerned, tailoring can take an outfit that looks okay and it can make it look like $1 million outfit. It can make it look like there was some Italian atelier over in Italy who made a garment or a piece especially for you. And I'm not even talking about a dress that's 2 sizes too big when it comes to tailoring. I'm talking about small tweaks. If you watched that video, you would have seen that I took 4 of my favorite turtlenecks from Aritzia to the tailor to just literally have them take in the turtleneck portion of the blouse because it was literally flopping over and it didn't look good. When I tell you when I got back the camel one, because I tried it on for you guys, that small tweak of them just taking in the actual turtleneck portion made the look so much more elevated, made the blouse of a turtleneck look so much better. And I think they charged me like $10 each, okay? They're like 100% wool, and I think they were like $98 or like $110 each. So I paid $110 for the blouse, and then I paid like $10, I think it was either $10 or $15 for them to just do that small tweak. But it made a world of difference, okay? So tailoring. If you don't take anything else away from this video, take one of your pieces to a tailor. Do some research in your area and find a tailor, and just find a piece in your closet that is like maybe like an 8.5 or a 9 and it's not a 10. Take it to the tailor and have a conversation with them about how you think this piece could be better. And then just do a before and after, and I promise you, you will not regret it. Number 7, this one is also very important, and it can go with tailoring, but learn how to dress your body type. There's Coke bottle, there's triangle, there's pear, there's rectangle. I myself consider myself a triangle because I have broad shoulders, and then I come straight down. I will have a little bit of definition in my waist area, but I have very narrow hips, okay? I also have a video of how to dress a triangular body shape. I will link that down below. But learning how to dress your body is very important because, and let me give you an example. So like I said, I am a triangle. One of the best silhouettes for my body type is a fit and flare dress. The reason why is because of my broad shoulders, so I can have maybe like very thick spaghetti straps, or I can have a cap sleeve. And the dress silhouette is exactly what it says. It fits me right here, so it accentuates that I do have a small waist, and then it flares out to give the illusion that I have more hippage than I do. The other thing for a triangle shape would also be more so of a pencil skirt. It cinches in the waist to give you that definition, and then it just kind of skirts over your hips, or it may have a little bit extra material on the side to give the illusion that you have more hippage than you do, okay? So learn how to dress your body shape. If you get on TikTok, if you get on Pinterest, if you just look up, learn how to dress a triangle on Google, it will come up with all different types of tips of how to dress your body shape. Number 8, the correct proportions. And this is very important as well. You will hear a lot of stylists, especially celebrity stylists, talk about proportions. So let me just give you a couple of examples. If you are going to wear something very billowy on top, you might want to consider wearing something that's a little bit more fitted on the bottom. And it's going to be kind of vice versa. If you are going to be wearing, let's say for instance, high-waisted, wide-leg pants, more than likely, someone is going to suggest to you to wear more so of like a form-fitting top, okay? Working with proportions. The other one that you will hear a lot of people talk about is skin proportions, and I am an advocate for this one. Let's say, for instance, you have on a top like the top that I have on now. So you can see that I am showing a little bit of neck, I'm showing a little bit right here, I'm showing a little bit of clavicle, and I have, if I was to be well endowed, this would probably have a little bit more cleavage. So that means on the bottom, I am going to be covered. Not necessarily, a skirt all the way down to, my ankles, but I'm probably going to have on a little bit of a longer skirt. Maybe at least one that reaches the knees, or one that is going to be considered a midi length. I'm not necessarily going to have on a mini skirt because I already have skin showing up top. So it would be the exact same thing if you were to have on, let's say, a mini skirt on the bottom or some shorts on the bottom. More than likely, you're going to have someone suggest to you to make sure that you are covered on top, okay? And I know right now what is very popular is cutouts, Cutouts can be done so beautifully, and that is actually one of the things that I love and I have a lot of in my closet. Give me a backless dress any day, within reason, and I will absolutely love it. But when you start talking about cutouts in skin proportions, let's say you have a cutout right here, then you have a cutout right here, then you have on a dress and there's a cutout on the dress. That can go, I'll say, cheap and kind of like around the way, a lady of the night, very quickly when you start having so many cutouts, when it looks like you don't actually have on clothing at all, okay? So make sure that when you are getting dressed, make sure you are paying attention to your proportions. Number 9 is going to be invest in statement pieces or unique pieces. Your closet does not have to be full of statement shoes, bags, and jewelry. But I would say to you, invest in some, or it could be a clutch. I know right now what's really popular is the Judith Lieber. I mean, of course they are very, very expensive. There are some dupes on Amazon, but she does very ornate, unusual clutches. I've seen a cat, I've seen a pumpkin, I've seen lips. Something that's kind of like a conversation piece. And it doesn't have to be a clutch. It could be something small, like a pair of statement earrings. Y'all know that I am waiting for September when I can finally wear something more than studs in this ear. If you don't know, I had surgery on my ear and I actually had to have my whole reclosed, my entire ear split, okay? So in September, y'all are probably going to see nothing but statement jewelry. But again, unique pieces, aside from being conversation pieces, unique pieces can elevate your look. It brings someone's eyes to that. It brings attention to that. Wearing a pair of jeans and maybe like just a shirt or a blouse, and then wearing like these ornate shoes will tie a look all together, okay? Statement shoes, statement bags, unique pieces. Your entire closet does not need to be full of them unless that's how you dress. But if you're more of like a subdued or like a casual dresser, there is nothing wrong with throwing on that casual outfit and then wearing a pair of, maybe a pair of shoes that has some 3D applique on it. Number 10, this might sound a little different or you may have not heard of this before, but keep your shoes, if anything else, keep your shoes updated. And what I mean by that is you could buy, let's say you have on a very classic outfit. So let's say, for instance, you have on a blouse, a pair of high-waisted pants, and it is belted. You have on some pearls, and then you just have maybe like a hobo bag, or you have like a top handle bag because you're getting ready to go to work. What I mean by keep your shoes updated is if you have on that look and you want to kind of give like a pop, or you want to keep that look elevated and you want to keep it very current. Let's say, for instance, you pair that with a pair of periwinkle sandals. Right now, periwinkle, those very pastel colors, those really bright punches of green and pink are very in. Now, I will say, as far as it being trendy, you don't have to spend a lot, but if you keep your shoes updated, the rest of your wardrobe will fall, it will tie into that. So like I said, just take that outfit that I was talking about and take a very on-trend shoe. The entire outfit will look updated. Just because you keep your shoes updated does not mean that you need to be spending it on Gucci, Prada, Chanel, Dior. That's not what I mean. I mean keep your shoes updated, and you can even go as far as J. Crew, Zara, Banana Republic. Zara is always doing dupes of everything, always. And I'm not naming, like Fashion Nova and Runway, or what's the other, and Zaful, because I feel like at least if you go to Zara or something like Mango or even Reformation, you might actually be able to get a leather shoe, but it's going to be at a very moderate and affordable price point, okay? Number 11, when we talk about elevating your style, I know you have heard this one before, but it is very true. Make sure, even before you start getting into trendy pieces and before you start getting into statement pieces, make sure you have staples and classics in your closet. And what I mean by that is for your style. So let me give you an example. I am a person who has a very classic style. I step outside of my comfort zone and outside of that aesthetic sometimes, but I always come back to that. So very classic things for me in my closet is going to be an LBD, a little black dress, tons of white dresses, a white collared shirt, a top handle, a trench coat, a camel colored coat. Make sure that whatever aesthetic or whatever style you have, make sure that you have the staples in your closet. That way, that is going to be the foundation of your outfit. That way you can build the rest of your outfit around that. So let me give you an example. I have I have a couple of uniforms in the wintertime just to help me get dressed, just to make sure that, I can walk into my closet and know instantly what it is that I want to wear. So let me give you an example. 2 staples in my closet. I more than likely in the wintertime, you will find me in a pencil skirt. It's probably going to be some type of sweater material, whether it be, wool or cashmere. It's probably going to be midi length, and I will probably have on a turtleneck. More than likely, it's probably going to be gray. I throw on, let's say, a camel colored coat. I have on maybe like a 3-inch heel with a top handle. More than likely, I'm going to have on some type of earring, and my hair is going to be pulled back either in a low bun or a high bun. That is one of my outfits. That is one of my go-tos for winter. All of those things that I named are staples in my closet. The turtleneck, the pencil skirt, the camel colored coat, the shoes, and then the purse. Now, once I take those and break them up, let's say, for instance, I take that very same pencil skirt, I might now add a statement top with that, like the top that white top that I kept raving about, I think it was last week. But because I have that foundation piece, I am able to add other things to that outfit. Number 12, layering. And it's kind of the exact same thing with the monochrome and the textures, okay? Let me give you kind of like a pro tip. And I know you see people on Pinterest and people, the stars doing it all the time. If you have on a very casual outfit, so let me paint a picture for you. I would say probably let's do like a winter outfit. Let's do maybe like a pair of boots. Let's do jeans, a belt. Let's do a blouse. One of the things that you can do to instantly up that look, that you can instantly elevate that look, is to literally take your jacket. Don't put your jacket on, just kind of throw it over your shoulders. That looks so chic no matter what it is that you have under it. I promise you, try it, okay? But layering. Let's say, for instance, it's maybe like a cool spring summer or like a cool spring morning. Let's say you have a dress that you absolutely love, but it's not quite warm enough for you to wear it because it's sleeveless. It's not quite warm enough for you to wear it sleeveless. Take your favorite blouse and throw it right under that dress. Layering is going to give some depth to your outfit. It's going to give it some character, okay? It would be the exact same thing. Let's say, for instance, you have a tube top or a crop top that you absolutely love and it is sleeveless. Again, take that same blouse, or you could even take just like a long sleeve shirt or a collared shirt and throw that on under or it can even be a bandeau top. It's going to give your outfit some depth. Number 13, and if you were anything like I was when I was little, if you're a girly girl, I know you have done this, but I kind of want you to bring it back. And I'm going to say this one is going to be play dress up. And I'm not talking about, you and your girlfriend can have like a play dress up party. Y'all can bring a whole bunch of clothes together and just try them on. And the reason why I'm saying that is when you actually go into your closet with the intention of trying to find outfits, you will find outfits and color combinations that you never thought of. And then again, when you walk into your closet, you're going to think of that outfit and you're going to say, hey, I can go ahead and throw that on and be out the door. And I would even say, to take a little bit further, if when you're playing dress up, you actually find an outfit that you like or a color combination that you truly like that you did not think of and you don't think you're going to remember, I would say take a picture of it. That way you'll have like a reference. Another thing as far as playing dress up, go on Pinterest, go on YouTube, go on Instagram, and actually start looking at outfits. Taking the outfits apart and looking at what you actually like about the outfit and try to recreate that, okay? I'm not saying you have to spend hours doing it. I'm not saying you have to do it every single day. Maybe like once or twice a month or once or twice a week. Go into your closet with the intention of picking out outfits. Set aside what it is that you would normally put together. Let's say, for instance, you have this dress and a pair of shoes that you normally wear together. You already know that. That's already ingrained in your mind, right? Set that aside. Or what you could do is take that dress and find another pair of shoes to wear it with. Or what you could do is take those shoes and find another outfit to wear. Number 14, I'm pretty sure you have heard of this one as well. Opposites attract. And I would say probably within the last 5 to 10 years, this has become very popular. You will see it all over the runway. And what I mean by that, especially right now, and what I mean by that is opposites attract. You have casual, then you have glamour. You have casual, then you have dressed up. You have classic, but then you might have something that's like punk or something like leather and lace. Opposites will always attract, especially if you do a monochrome look. So you will see a lot of fashionistas wear maybe something like a pair of like sneakers, like white sneakers, maybe like a satin slip skirt, and then maybe like a moto jacket. And it looks good because of the contrast of the entire outfit. And then they might throw on something simple like just like a pair of pearl earrings, and then they might have a clutch, which will give the entire look some edge, okay? Learn how to, or again, get on Pinterest and start looking at different ways that people put outfits together. Like I just said, leather and lace, that is very popular as well. You might have on, let's say, like an entire leather dress, and then you might throw on over your shoulders, don't put it on, you might throw on like a leather moto jacket. Or let's say, for instance, you have on a leather, let's say, for instance, you have a leather blouse on. You might do some leather pants, and then you might do maybe like a stiletto, and then you might do, let's say, a shiny clutch. It gives the outfit some classic, but it's edgy at the same time. Number 15, I know some people have heard of this before, but I don't think some people really realize the effect that it can have. It is switch the buttons, okay? I have a few examples for you. So this right here is a sweater I absolutely love from And Other Stories. These are novelty. So you have like this really beautiful circular button right here. Then you have a snake. Then you have a moon, and then you have, I think this is kind of like a star, okay? If this very same sweater just had like those kind of white pearl regular buttons, this sweater would be giving a very different vibe, okay? But because they chose to do these novelty buttons, this is kind of like a dressy sweater, as opposed to this is a J. Crew collared shirt. It is very classic. It is very now because of the sleeves. But these are the buttons that I'm referring to, okay? If the sweater that I just showed you had these buttons, it would give off a very different look. It would give off a very different aesthetic. It wouldn't be as dressy, okay? Now, if I wanted to, I could actually replace the buttons on this, and it would give me an even dressier collared shirt. The other thing that you can do that a lot of designers will do when it comes to more of your ready-to-wear pieces is they will actually take the buttons, if there are buttons on the piece, and they will actually match them up with what the actual material is. So this is a dress from an Australian brand called Leo and Lynn. I absolutely love this dress. Y'all have seen it a million times. You will notice on the top right here, they have this very intricate detail lacing. The buttons had the exact same intricate detail, okay? I know a lot of people, when it comes to like coats and when it comes to like belts that come with clothing, or belts that come with coats, or even just the buttons, you would be amazed that if you were to actually maybe go to like a Michael's and pick out some different buttons and then again take it to a tailor, you would be amazed at the different vibe or the different aesthetic that piece gives when you change the buttons. Number 16, and when I was actually doing this video, I happened to come upon this tip, and I think it does read true, and I don't think sometimes people think about it. Learn the actual colors that complement you. Not all colors complement every single person. So here recently, I have learned, and a couple of you have actually mentioned it in my videos, or you made a comment in one of my videos. So I have recently learned that the color lavender or lilac or light purple looks really good against my skin. So take some time and kind of figure out how or what colors look good up against your skin, okay? And that is going to be determined whether or not, like the undertones. Do you have yellow undertones? Do you have red undertones, okay? Some colors may wash you out, and some colors may be too harsh against your skin tone, okay? And it's actually really crazy because I was watching this Asian lady, and I think she was in China, and she actually went to like a professional, I guess you would say, color matcher. To be honest, if I could find someone here in the States to do that, I would do that. But take some time and just kind of figure out what colors look good against your skin tone. Number 17 is going to be add simple gold jewelry. And the reason, or it could be pearls. The reason why I'm saying gold is because a lot of times people equate silver with casual and gold with kind of dressy. And it doesn't have to be anything ostentatious or gaudy. Keep it simple. Like if you're a very simple person, all you have to do is maybe get like some gold studs or just like a couple of necklaces that you can either wear by themselves. It could be something as simple as a chain and maybe like an initial, or a chain and just like a little diamond right here, or a chain and then just like a cross. Or if you want to layer it, it could be like something a little bit longer and then like one right here. Keep it simple. It would be the exact same thing with your watch. I know a lot of people love to wear watches. I particularly don't. I do have a couple of Movado watches, but I haven't worn them, to be honest, since I purchased them, or since my father purchased them for me. But keep the jewelry very simple. Pick out some everyday jewelry that you wouldn't mind just throwing on. And like I said, it doesn't have to be gaudy. It doesn't have to be over the top. It could be something as simple as a gold stud. Something as simple as just like a chain with like a coin. And as a matter of fact, I have these right here. They are from a black designer. Her name is Ami Woods. And I have the Queen of Sheba coin, and then I have the Jamaican coin. And I will get a little bit closer so you can see. But these are just everyday things that you can just kind of throw on. You can wear them layered because one is longer than the other, or you can wear them separate. Number 18, take some time when you're not doing anything and just learn some fashion hacks. And they're very simple things, again, like I said, to help you elevate your style. Just in the first two that I gave, remember I talked about the turtleneck and just taking in a little. Remember I talked about taking your actual jacket and just throwing it over your shoulders will instantly elevate your outfit. Another thing that you can do, not necessarily with this one, but if you're wearing like another blouse, or if you're wearing a blazer, or even if you're wearing a coat, you can actually take your sleeves and just scrunch them up a little bit. It will give you a totally different look. And I know everyone has seen this hack before. Instead of actually tucking in your entire shirt, leave one side out and then tuck one side in. Take your hand and just put it like in your pant pocket or your short pocket, and it will give your outfit a very cool aesthetic, a very cool elevated look. Number 19, the last tip that I have for you as far as elevating your style, and I talk about this one probably just as much as I talk about tailoring, is going to be splurge on classic, save on trendy. And what I mean by that is, let's take, for example, a very classic piece that everyone knows about. Let's take, for instance, a London fog or a Burberry trench coat. Again, talking about my aesthetic, I have a very classic aesthetic. So that is going to be a staple in my closet. That is going to be a classic. Burberry trench coats are not cheap. They start anywhere from around $900 to $950, depending on what season you're buying them and if they're on sale and what material they are. But in my closet, a $900 trench coat, I'm definitely going to get my cost per wear. So I am going to spend more on that than I would, let's say, a platform shoe. I know y'all have all seen those Valentino and those Versace platforms, and they're upwards of $1,200. If I wanted to try that trend, I honestly would not spend I think anything over $200 for those shoes, because for my closet, they are a trend, and for right now, they are a trend. Let me give you another example. A classic pair of black pumps. I do have, I believe it's not the Pagals, it is the Socates. I do have a pair of Socates, Christian Louboutin. When I bought them, they were $695. Now they're running about $795. Those are a classic pair of shoes in my closet, as opposed to, I would say, like a neon green lace shoe. I am not going to get that much wear out of those sandals that are neon green. Number one, because they are a trend, and number two, because they're not really my aesthetic. So I would say, again, even with them being neon green, and even with me being more particular about my shoe wear, I like my shoes to be all leather. with something not outrageous, but with something that far outside of my aesthetic, I probably wouldn't even care if they were not leather. I would probably get that pair of shoes from maybe like a Zara if they were not leather, or even from Amazon. Amazon does great dupes as well. So again, when I'm talking about save on trendy and then spend on classic, think about for your aesthetic. I'm a very classic person. I step outside of my wheelhouse sometimes, but I always come back. So the black pump, the top handle, the little black dress, I am going to spend a little bit more on those pieces than I am on a trendy piece. And you'll be able to tell the difference between a $20 camel colored coat and let's say a $3,500 Max Mara camel coat. You'll be able to tell the difference. Even to the untrained eye, or even to someone who is not that into fashion, you will be able to tell the difference between a $50 coat and a $3,500 coat. Now, if you can't, that's an issue. The $3,500, you might need to address that price tag. But typically, when you are purchasing a luxury coat, you should be able to tell. It will take you through years and years. You will get your cost per wear, and again, it will help elevate your look. So those are all the tips that I have for you about how to elevate your style. Let me know down below if you have any questions or if you think I missed anything, or kind of let me know in the comments if you want me to expand and make a video about one of the tips that I just gave you. I just want to let you know or remind you that here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And then of course, you know, right here, I'll put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Bye.